If I told you that just one small thing you do every morning could cut your risk of stroke in half, would you believe me? Listen closely, because this isn't some trendy new health tip or complicated medical jargon. This is real. It's simple, and it's something you can start tomorrow morning. I've worked with older adults for over 30 years, and I can tell you, when it comes to stroke, every second counts, and every choice you make adds up. That's why I want to talk to you about something that takes just 5 minutes, but can protect your brain, your heart, and even save your life. Now, we all know stroke is a silent danger. It doesn't tap on your shoulder and say, "Hey, I'm coming." It strikes suddenly. 1 minute you're fine, the next, your words don't come out right. Your arm feels weak. Your whole world flips upside down. And the older we get, the higher the risk. But here's the thing. We are not helpless. There's something you can do before your day even begins, before breakfast, before the news, before your first sip of coffee. What is it? Drinking a glass of water right after you wake up. That's it. Just one glass of water, first thing in the morning. I know it sounds too simple to be true, but let me explain. When you sleep, your body goes 6 to 8 hours without water. That's a long stretch. And during that time, your blood becomes a bit thicker. Your body gets a little dehydrated, and your circulation slows down. For older adults, that's dangerous territory. Thicker blood means your heart has to work harder, and if there's already a little plaque in your arteries, that pressure can trigger a clot, and that clot can cause a stroke. But when you hydrate first thing, you're giving your body a jump start. That water thins your blood, boosts your circulation, and helps your brain wake up. It's like turning the key in your car on a cold morning. It gets everything moving smoothly. And this isn't just something I'm making up. Research shows that proper hydration reduces stroke risk by up to 50%, especially in older adults. Your brain is over 70% water, so when you're low on fluids, your brain struggles. You may feel dizzy, confused, or foggy in the morning. Those are subtle warning signs, and they often go ignored. So here's the change. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, get out of bed, walk to the kitchen, and drink one full glass of water. Not cold water. Room temperature is easier on your stomach and better absorbed. If you want to go a step further, you can add a slice of lemon. It adds a little flavor, a bit of vitamin C, and helps wake up your digestive system. But even plain water is more than enough. Now, I've heard it 100 times, but I don't feel thirsty in the morning. That's okay. Thirst isn't always a reliable signal, especially as we age. Our bodies become less sensitive to it. But just because you're not thirsty doesn't mean your body isn't dehydrated. Think of water in the morning as medicine, not something you wait to crave, but something you give your body because it needs it. And no, coffee doesn't count. In fact, coffee on an empty stomach without water can dehydrate you more. I'm not saying skip your coffee. Heaven knows I enjoy mine, but drink water first. Let it do its job. Then enjoy your cup of joe. If you've ever woken up with a headache, stiffness, or that sluggish, heavy feeling, it might not be age. It might not be sleep. It could be dehydration. And that, over time, stresses your blood vessels, raises your blood pressure, and quietly pushes you closer to a stroke. Now, imagine if this one change, just a single glass of water, could make your mornings clearer, your energy steadier, and your brain sharper. And yes, help protect you from a devastating stroke. Let me tell you about something I witnessed that changed the way I approach morning routines forever. Years ago, I had a patient, let's call her Mrs. Reed. She was 72, sharp as a tack, loved gardening, always on her feet. But one morning, she had a mild stroke while getting ready to go outside. It was early. She hadn't eaten yet, hadn't had water. She passed out in the bathroom and was rushed in. Fortunately, she recovered, but it was a wake-up call. After that, she made hydration her #1 priority. She even put a sticky note on her bedroom door: "Drink your water first." And guess what? In the 10 years I followed up with her, she never had another stroke. She swore by that simple change. And I've seen it help dozens more. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need a gym membership. You don't even need to buy anything. You just need to remember, wake up, sit up, and drink up. Now, if you're thinking, I already drink water during the day, that's great, but it's not the same. Timing matters. Right after waking, your body is in a unique state. It's dehydrated, your blood is thicker, and your circulation is sluggish. That's why this one act done first thing carries such power. But don't just do it once and forget. Make it a habit. Keep a glass ready at your bedside. Set a reminder on your phone. Or tie it to something else you already do, like brushing your teeth or turning off your alarm. The easier you make it, the more likely you'll stick with it. And believe me, the people who stick with it, they feel the difference. Clearer mornings, fewer dizzy spells, more energy, and best of all, less fear of stroke. So now you know. Just one glass of water in the morning can lower your stroke risk dramatically. But here's something even more powerful. What happens next? Because that first step sets off a chain reaction in your body. Once you drink that water, your circulation improves. Blood flows more easily to the brain. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your kidneys start flushing out toxins. And suddenly, your body is saying, thank you. You feel clearer, calmer, your joints don't ache as much, you're not as tired by mid-morning. It's like starting your engine with clean oil instead of sludge. Now, let's talk about what kind of water and how much. A full glass, about 8 to 12 ounces, is enough to rehydrate the body, gently. You don't need to chug a big bottle. And like I said before, room temperature or lukewarm water is ideal. Cold water can be a bit of a shock to your system first thing in the morning, especially if you're over 60. And about adding lemon, it's a nice touch, sure. It helps with digestion, gives a tiny kick of vitamin C, and makes water more enjoyable. But it's not required. The real benefit comes from the water itself. Now, I want you to picture something. Imagine two people, same age, let's say they're both 75. One starts every day with a coffee and a pill, then sits down to watch the news. The other wakes up, takes a deep breath, drinks a glass of water, then eases into the morning. 10 years later, who do you think feels better? Who's more likely to still be walking steadily, remembering names, enjoying their time with grandkids? That's not a trick question. Hydration affects everything, not just strokes. It helps prevent urinary infections, lowers the risk of falls due to dizziness, reduces constipation, and even improves mood and memory. And yes, it reduces high blood pressure, which is one of the biggest stroke risk factors. When your blood is thinner and flowing better, your heart doesn't have to pump as hard. That helps keep your pressure down naturally without adding another pill to your day. Let me share something personal. A few years back, I visited a retirement community in Ohio. Lovely people. One of the nurses told me, ever since we started a morning water routine, we've seen fewer ER visits, fewer dizzy spells, fewer falls. They even seem happier. Happier. Think about that. Something as small as drinking water can lift your mood, because dehydration doesn't just slow your body, it clouds your mind. It makes you feel tired, irritated, even confused. And sadly, those symptoms are often brushed off as just old age. But it's not always age. It's often neglect. Not on purpose, but simply not knowing better. Well, now you know, and that gives you power. Now, let's go a bit deeper. What you eat after drinking that morning water also matters. Once your system is rehydrated, it's more ready to absorb nutrients. That means your breakfast counts even more. So go for foods that support good circulation and heart health. Things like oatmeal, fresh berries, whole grain toast, avocados, unsweetened yogurt, or even a couple of boiled eggs. If you're going to eat toast, skip the butter and spread some natural peanut butter or almond butter instead. These are simple swaps, but they support the same goal: healthy vessels, steady blood sugar, and better brain function. Avoid starting your day with heavy, greasy meats like sausage or bacon. I know, they're delicious, but they're loaded with salt and saturated fat, and they thicken your blood rather than helping it flow. You're doing your body a favor when you choose lighter, cleaner options in the morning, especially after drinking that first glass of water. And here's another tip. Keep drinking water throughout the day, but don't overdo it all at once. Little sips every hour or so. Your body likes steady hydration, not floods. And if you're taking medications, ask your doctor about the best times to hydrate around them. Some pills require water to work properly. Others may cause more fluid loss. Either way, water plays a role. Now I want to take a moment to speak directly to you. If you're watching this and thinking, well, it's probably too late for me to make a difference, let me stop you right there. It is never too late. Your body wants to heal. Your brain wants to stay sharp, but you have to give it the tools. Every new day you wake up is a gift, and you owe it to yourself to start that gift with care. You don't need to run a marathon or follow a complicated diet. You just need to take one small, loving action for your body, and it starts with that morning glass of water. Some people chase big answers for better health, but often it's the small, consistent things that add up. This is one of those things. So what do you do next? Tonight, before bed, place a clean glass on the counter or bedside table. Fill it if you want. Make it part of your wind-down routine. And when morning comes, before coffee, before breakfast, before the rush, take that moment to drink your water. Take it in slowly. Breathe. Let it wake you up from the inside out. And then smile, because you just gave your brain and your body a head start. You just lowered your stroke risk. You just made a decision to keep going strong. And if you know someone else, maybe a spouse, a sibling, a friend, who's getting older and wants to stay sharp, share this habit with them too. It might save their life too. We've talked enough today. Now it's your turn. Don't wait. Start tomorrow. One glass, one habit, one stronger, healthier you.